No, she didn't. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I'm wearing a hair bonnet. There's a reason behind it though. So for today's session, I'm here to share with you my hair treatment. And it involves a 7-star or Plum Blossom Hammer, and we have the little micro roller. And then I did this, I can't even read it. Basically, I'm like, what does that say? The words are getting smaller. Print is getting smaller and smaller by the week, I swear. And so it's a rosemary and mint extract for your hair, but it's also a lot of other stuff in here. I was like, oh wow, I was reading the ingredients on this brand, Mielle, and I started using it a couple of years ago, and it includes a lot of the stuff that I drink, including burdock root. I mean, of course, I'm not drinking everything at the same time, right? But what this is, so last night I did this. So if you can see intake in mine, I was like, it got caught on the fuzzy blanket, so it might not be very sanitary right now. And then I had a little sticker on it because I also had one like for my face. And so is this is what it looks like. So you can see it has a little needles on it. So what you do, take your hair, brush it out, whatever you do, right? You can part it if you want, if it makes it easier for you. But I'm not that ceremonious about it. So what I do is that I usually make sure that my hair is washed. And so my theory, this tool was actually recommended to me by an acupuncturist that I used to visit here with in Anchorage. And so my theory is that I'm like, if I'm going to be, how do you say, basically opening up my scalp, I don't want for like the germs and whatever debris might be resting on the scalp to penetrate into the follicle. I'm just concerned about, the scalp is actually a very sensitive area, and I am concerned about possible infection. And so these you can wash under hot water. I wouldn't recommend necessarily boiling this one because it is plastic. There are different types that you can get, but I'm presenting this as a not a solution, but to help keep your hair follicles open, to help stimulate blood to your hair follicles so that they don't shut down. You want to preserve your hair follicles. I won't say at all costs because that's a drastic phrase. But if say treatment, maybe you don't have access to like acupuncture, cost is always a concern. I'm like, if it weren't for cost, I'm sure that most of us would be seeking treatment, through more, say, traditional means, if it weren't an issue. So you have, again, like the little metal spikies. And again, this can be washed under hot water. I've never tried boiling it, but maybe as far as like for cleaning it, for sanitization, what is it, like a hydrogen peroxide or alcohol? And of course, don't share it with anybody because it will break the skin. So usually what I do is make sure that my hair is washed. And untangled works best. Again, I'm not very ceremonious about it. Sometimes I even just do this like when I'm like doing my schoolwork or something like that. I'll just sit here, of course not with the bonnet on, but once my scalp is exposed, that's wherever I feel that I most need it. And including like for me in the back, even though I do have areas of, say, like scarring where the hair is not going to grow anymore, I do it anyways because obviously this is like your scalp is its own region. And I'm sure that your scalp could benefit from circulation no matter if the hair is going to regrow or not. And then so once I do that, and yes, it will draw, and I don't do it so aggressively. I don't do it like to hurt myself, but even just with minimal tapping, it does have it, because again, it's a thinner skin on your scalp. It will break, and sometimes you will see blood. Sounds dramatic. If you have any young children, don't do it around your young kids, okay? Because they're gonna be like, "Mommy, what's wrong with you? Your head's bleeding." When my son was younger, he would, and he had to go. I had to bring him to the doctor with me when I would do like Kenalog injections for my scalp. He would sit in the corner. I could not leave him out in the waiting room, right? And I had no one else to leave him with. And so I would have to bring him into the room with me. I was like, poor kid. He would sit in the corner and he would cover his eyes, and I hated to do that. He's like, "Mommy, are you okay?" He's like, "What are they doing to you?" And I'm like, "Just go sit over there." I was like, this is good for me. Anyhow, but back to this. So once you tap however long you want to, I don't know, even if you're like, even if you don't have like a lot of time, you could even do this in your car, even with your hair all done. like even if you do like a ponytail or something like that, it's not like the little metal spikes aren't gonna say pull your hair apart. So you could even do that, you know. And of course, you know, make sure that you keep it clean. I keep it in my little sanitary case. And then after, immediately after, I will do see what I'm talking about? I'm using a tripod today, and then I have all this material and equipment, and then I have like the tripod hanging off on a book over here because I can't get my life together. So if you can see that, I'm trying to bring it into focus. Whatever, you get the deal. I got it at Walmart, and it's actually a fairly good brand for the price, right? And again, we're going back to price, and I hate to focus so much on that, but I'm like, again, if it weren't for money, most of us would be healed already. We would be visiting with doctors and whatever, right? So don't let that keep you. If you're looking for quality, I am too. I'm always looking for better quality, and I'm sure that there might be other more official, how do you say, efficient and beneficial formulas, but this is what works in my budget for now. And proximity, again, I mentioned I'm in Alaska, so I have issues as far as like getting mail most of the time. That's my issue, so this is my compromise. And so you just do that. And she told me to do it what 2 to 3 times a week at least. You know, you can do it every other day, I don't know. And honestly, I haven't been very consistent about it. It wasn't until, say, like my eyelashes and my eyebrows fell out recently that I started. I've done my little micro hammer like along the way, but not consistently as I am now. Like now it's just like, okay, I was like, shit, I felt like, again, like the world, I was literally falling apart before myself, and I'm like, no, this requires absolute attention. And then so like the micro, what do they call it, the derma rollers too. So this, because I am, say, I'm missing hair like on the frontal area along the hairline, I will use it along like the hair length, that, you know, like, or whatever. It is a little bit challenging if you have longer hair, or even myself that I don't have longer hair, it can get caught. And then so, because, you know, they recommended with this one, it's easier to put like actually like more pressure down onto the scalp, but it gets caught with the other hair. So that's where this one comes into play, and that I really like it. So I will try to find some links. And honestly, this one, there's some, I was looking quickly before starting to record this on Amazon, and I couldn't find anything just right offhand. You know, again, it's a 7-star or Plum Blossom Hammer for the scalp. I think you'll probably have maybe better luck from China finding something on eBay. And when I got this one, I lost the other ones again in all my travels, but I got it like, I think like as a 10 pack for like less than $10. And then that way, but some of them also will have like the little removable heads, or they will have dual heads. And actually I need to I'm gonna see again if I can get mail where I'm at now. I like the dual heads, because with the dual heads it'll be like smaller, the, what could you say, like the diameter on the needles will be smaller on one side and then thicker on the other, depending again on how aggressive of a treatment that you want to go on yourself. Maybe you might be more aggressive with yourself like on the weekends when you don't have to go to work and you don't have to deal with like blood spouting out of your head, and it's really not that major. But I hope that helps somebody. So again, we have your 7-star or Plum Blossom Hammer, and then we have your little microderma roller thingy. Again, I have to clean these out. And then we have our hair oil, you know, and just massage it. And I try to like, say, like bend over, you know, with my scalp down to like stimulate it, and then you will see the blood will rush to the scalp. So hopefully that helps somebody. It's nothing, again, it's not guaranteed. I don't know if it works or not, but it makes me feel better. I still do, yes, have a degree of hair on my head, so I can't imagine what it would be if I haven't tended to myself over the years. As to what it might do, I don't know. But what I do know is that you have some like main like meridian points, and this goes actually, because this would be like for TCM, so traditional Chinese medicine. This is where this originates from. And so in TCM and traditional Chinese medicine, you have a lot of meridian points that correlate here to the scalp area. So if nothing else, maybe it'll just help your circulation for like a mental clarity. Who knows? But back to the bonnet. This is me, and I'm going to be heading to the store quick. So of course, I'm not going to the store like this. No worries. Bye now.